I suggest you hire a couple crack shot broker. Kidding. With a straight face.
Congratulations, you just inked a new office lease.
Where are you looking? I'm over here.
Now what? You're working with your designer, you gotta pick out new paint, new carpet, you might put in a fancy new water feature. However, what about that last day when you gotta move out? Today, we're talking restoration.
So what my partner Jordan is getting at here is the restoration clause. This is a clause in your lease.
What?
What it is basically a landlord potentially asking you to do certain things to restore the space. That could be removing wiring, cables, fixtures that you've installed, that fancy water feature Jordan alluded to.
That's fancy. That's fancy.
Now this is a provision and a clause that you really should pay attention to because it can be costly. And in order to save those dollars, you should be hiring a couple crack shot brokers like Jordan and myself.
Yeah, that's me taking the bull by the horns.
Let's provide you with a real world example. Jesse and Jordan have always wanted to open our own lamp plant shop.
And have the first plant lamb shop.
In this example, we leased space, and the space that we leased was already built out, so it was turnkey. So everything was there and set up, ready to go. Let's even say including furniture.
Completely turnkey!
Well, that sounds great. So what is the catch? There's always a catch here. Upon further review of our lease, after we had already gotten into the space, we looked down a few pages to the restoration clause, and that's where we came into a little bit of a shock.
That was big shit.
What the landlord has asked us to do in this situation is completely remove all improvements, even though we did not put them there ourselves.
So I could quote you all kinds of demolition prices and ranges, but the bottom line is, for many tenants, it's an unforeseen expense. In addition to an expense, it's a time factor. It's just time that you may not have allocated while you're potentially in a move into new premises.
Why are we doing this video then?
Finally!
Well, let me tell you why. Because in today's market in Toronto, with the limited supply, rents continuing to rise, what we're seeing is landlords really starting to focus on those restoration provisions. At the end of the day, it comes down to cost, and they would love to download it to you, Mr. Tenant.
The tenant board will now hear Mr. Costanza's testimony.
Okay, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, concerns, reach out, telefax, text message, Instagram, you know the drill. Boom. Boom, boom.
Oh.